So what we're going to do is open back up our cruise letter main document. Which is this one. And then we're going to connect the source again. Okay, so if you get this little thing, go ahead, say yes, you want to continue because you do need to open it. And then what we're going to do is go to mailing. And we're going to choose select recipients, use an existing list. And we're going to navigate to our Word S4 folder. And we're going to select the data source. Okay, so now they're connected. And what we want to do is edit that data source. So we need to click the Edit Recipient List button, which is in this little Start Mail Merge group. So I'm going to click right on that button. And let's widen this up so we can see everything. Okay, and you'll notice the name of the data source has been added to the beginning. And so what they would like us to do is get rid of Mr. and Mrs. Walter Noretto, because apparently they aren't interested in traveling anymore. So we are going to be deleting them. So let's go ahead and select them. And actually, let's select our data source and choose Edit first. And we'll widen up this so we can edit. And now we're going to select Mr. and Mrs. Walter Noretto. So you'll notice I just kind of clicked in the little selector box next to them. And we're going to delete them. Delete this entry, yes. And we're going to add a new record. And so adding a new one is pretty much the same as when you first created your data source. We basically just key it in, pressing tab between our columns. Okay, so we've got that added. Another little adjustment, Christina Heron has changed her last name. Her last name is now Taylor. So we're just going to highlight Heron, key in Taylor right over the top. And at this point, we're done making our changes. So we deleted a record, we added a record, and we changed Christina's last name. So we're going to go ahead and click OK. If you want to update your recipient list and save the changes to the FCT data source, yes, we do. And then we're going to close out of this by clicking OK. Now, we're going to go ahead and click Finish and Merge, Edit Individual. We want all of them. And what you should notice is it's got our new data. So we've got Christina Taylor. And we should have our new record, and the previous ones that we deleted are no longer there. So we are going to save this. And again, you want this to go into the Word S4 folder. And the name of this is 4-FCT edited DS letters. We'll save that. And there is no need to print this. Okay, so you can go ahead and close. You should not have to save anything in your main letter because nothing in the main letter changed. So we'll go ahead and close that. It says you want to save your changes. You really don't need to because nothing should have changed. And what you are going to need to turn in, let me refresh this, is basically everything in your Word as 4 folder that begins with a 4. So it's kind of a lengthy list for this chapter.